Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. And what are we talking about this week?
Well, I think we need your weekend recap. Because you had your high school reunion and I want to hear all about it.
I did. It was amazing. It was so much fun.
That makes me happy.
It was perfect.
Oh, I love that.
Like, we crushed it.
Heck yeah.
Everyone was so grateful that we planned it.
Yeah, of course,
It was very rewarding after being dragged to do it.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of work planning
it's a
something
lot of work.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, we did not know what we were doing, but
Totally.
we did our best, found a little pool hall. It was a big pool hall, in fact. The person running it was just an absolute gem. And of course, it was a woman.
Well, what can we say?
Her name was Devin. So the whole time I was emailing,
you thought it was a man.
I was like, this is the most responsive person. They're so helpful.
Uh-huh.
They're so nice.
Uh-huh.
And then it was a woman. So she was great. And we had about 60 people show up, which was really fun.
That's a solid amount.
Oh, yeah. People that I've known since I was in kindergarten.
I love that.
Like, we all were kind of like, oh, my God, we went to elementary school together. Oh, do you remember so-and-so? Oh, we were in this class.
Gosh.
It was so fun. And I looked great.
I did her makeup.
Yes, she did. And I just kind of felt like the belle of the ball.
Really?
Yeah, I had the sparkly boots on.
Your girl was rocking a very cute outfit. You
Mhm.
looked very cute.
I had a blast. It was just perfect.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
We had the perfect amount of money to pay ourselves back for the supplies that we had gotten,
Yep.
to pay for all of the food and tax and tip, and buy everyone a round of shots.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
And
perfect amount.
what kind of shots did we do?
We did lemon drop.
Solid choice.
Yeah.
That's always a good,
Yeah.
everyone can do that.
Uh-huh. It was great. And my friend Brianna I guess we became friends in 4th grade, sent me because we asked people for pictures to print.
Yeah.
She sent me 53 pictures from
back in the day.
our childhood all the way through high school, not just of us. A lot of them were with our friend group, but a
Yeah.
lot of other people as well.
Cool.
She just had all these pictures.
Cool. Did y'all have a big photo wall where y'all put
We
them?
strung them up.
Cute.
Her husband strung them all up with these tiny little twine and tiny
Yep.
little clothespins.
Yep.
And we had a big kind of photo backdrop. And I'll put the group shot right here. Some people had left, unfortunately, by the time we took the group picture. But, it was just lovely. Like, even though it ended at 10:30, because it was from 6:30 to 10:30, we stayed till about midnight. Devin was like, you'll just stay as long as you want. It was just perfect.
I love that. And
Yeah.
you know what? It makes me a little sad because our 10-year was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
God, you're old. Just kidding.
ancient. And we didn't do anything.
Oh,
Let me ask you this.
yeah.
I think for us, it's supposed to be the student council.
That's the thing. It's supposed to be
Isn't it?
led by, yes, it's
Okay.
supposed to be led by your class president.
Right.
Our class president, I guess, lives overseas.
Okay, well, that's a little different situation.
And
then.
so nobody was really doing anything.
Yeah.
And so I think
Y'all
somebody
took it upon
posted on
yourselves,
something and they were like, no, we don't know. And so we just said, if no one else is opposed to this, we just started the group in Facebook and said, is anyone planning this? Because if not, we'll do it. I didn't say that. Bethany and Holly said that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I got roped into it because it
Maybe
was really fun.
Maybe at 20 years, we'll do something. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I hang out with a lot of, obviously,
Yeah.
a lot of my best friends are people that I grew up with.
Right.
But it would be nice to extend out and see some others too.
Yeah.
But
What I noticed about the group was that a lot of people who were there,
mhm.
I'm not sure that they still hang out with people. A lot of them, I barely remembered them.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And so I think it was just people's chance to get out and see everyone because maybe they aren't kind of as social or as outgoing.
Oh.
So it was really special in that way. A lot of people that maybe I
Probably would never see again.
Probably would never see again.
Yeah.
I remembered one guy's nickname. Everybody called him a certain thing in high school, but I remembered his nickname from elementary school.
Oh, so
I haven't seen these people
cute.
literally in 20 years.
That's so cool.
Even though we have social media and whatnot.
Right.
It's not like I'm up on Facebook.
Well, also, no, you're not. But I also feel I was going to say y'all's generation. Not that you're a whole generation above me,
Right.
but I feel like y'all aren't super, super social media-y in general.
And I have a private Instagram. I literally
Right.
never get on Facebook.
Right. Y'all aren't super, super social media-y.
Yeah.
Some, maybe mine are lower
Yeah,
are.
we weren't like
or
the
like
Snapchatters.
our parents are like all over Facebook. You know what I mean? Y'all are in the middle where y'all don't really post a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, I would say even more so my sister's age, like, you know,
how much older is she?
She's 4 years older than me.
4 years. Okay.
So like the lower 40s era, you know, I feel like those people are really not. We were a little bit more because Facebook, like I've talked about, Facebook came about when I was a freshman in college, I think. Right. Because you had to have an .edu email address.
Right.
So we were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yes.
That reminds me, Harrison found an old phone of mine in the drawer last night, and it's like an iPhone 2. It is, he took it with him to school. It is this big. It's this big. Like you hold
like
it in your
fossil,
hand.
people. That is like a fossil.
You hold it in your hand and it's like this
That's
much
wild.
of the screen. And
That's wild.
The apps that I had on this phone.
Oh, please remind me.
What is the one? Time Hop.
Oh my God. Time Hop.
Yes. I had Time Hop on the phone. I couldn't get anything to load. Bless his heart. He charged it overnight and he was so excited this morning when it was at 100%. And he was like, can you get YouTube on it? I tried signing in.
You're like, I don't know if this thing will do anything.
Yeah, I tried signing in on my iCloud account and it wasn't accepting my password. It just kept asking me over and over and over again. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to download any apps. I connected it to Wi-Fi. And then I went to the internet and just tried to type in YouTube and it was like, nah. We're not loading a website for you. So I couldn't even load a website. It wanted me to update, and then the update kept saying no. It wanted me to update to iOS 10. We have iOS 18.
I was like, what are we on right now?
18.
Oh, God. That's the highest it could go is to 10.
So he was just like, okay, well, can it play Spotify? And I was like, maybe.
I have no idea. Yeah.
And he clicked on Spotify, and the library came up, but then the app just closed. And so I was like, we'll figure it out later, buddy. I'm sure I have other old phones around this house that are greater than a 2. It's literally a 2.
That's wild.
A 2.
Wild.
That should be my end then.
Right.
Done.
Right.
So yeah, that was great.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a good weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't do a lot, so nothing really to report. But the reason for that is and I have not talked about this yet because one, I wanted to make sure it was actually going to happen.
I knew you were going to say that.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
I didn't want to bring it up.
We've been burned before.
Right. We've been burned before. So I didn't want to say that this was happening and then it ended up not happening because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I am going to Barcelona. Living my Cheetah Girls strut like you mean it through the streets of Barcelona dream.
Sure.
Yep. Everyone who knows Cheetah Girls will know what I'm talking about.
You'll assign it to me one day when we start doing Watch It Weirdo again.
Yeah, when we pick that back up. Anyway, so I'm going to Barcelona. So
it's freaking awesome.
I'm very, very excited. The only European place I've been to is London. That was 5 years ago. So I'm excited to go. I'm going for work, but I will have about a day and a half to explore. So on top
some
of
paella.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat tons of paella. That was
tapas.
Anyone I've talked to is like, eat the paella, and I love seafood, so I'm gonna be all over that. Tapas and wine. The wine is like pure, doesn't give you hangovers.
Yeah.
They drink it like at lunch, my kind of people. So I'm very, very excited to go. So we won't have an episode next week because I will be in Barcelona for literally 6 days.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And I'm a little worried about the flights just because it's long.
It's long.
And I haven't done a long flight in 5 years.
Yeah.
And London was still a little shorter than what I'm doing to Barcelona. But hopefully it all goes smoothly. I don't sleep.
Great.
I don't sleep on flights. So I'm just a little worried about being able to at least get a couple hours because I land at like 9 a.m. Barcelona time and I have to stay awake so I can adjust. So I need to at least sleep like if I sleep 3 hours on the flight, I'll be happy.
I think you'll be fine.
Thanks, Robin.
The wine will be flowing.
The wine's going to flow, and hopefully that helps me, knock out a little bit. But I'm excited. So we'll skip next week, but when I come back, I will give a full Barcelona rundown, and then also when I get back, we'll record, and then I'll go to my cousin's wedding. So then the following episode, I'll have the full wedding breakdown.
All the things, and then you'll be able to breathe.
And then I can breathe until Melanie's wedding, which is a few weeks after that. Yeah. But I've got a few weeks in between.
Yeah, you can enjoy spooky season.
Yeah, a little spooky.
Got my little spooky shirt on.
Yeah, Robin's feeling inspired.
Got a little, it's kind of like Taylor Swifty because it looks like the anti-hero ghost a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
And it's got a little coffee, little iced coffee, and little trick-or-treating little beanie.
Yes.
So cute. Anyway, happy spooky season to all who celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely. So then my other thing that I wanted to talk about is the Astros have clinched. We are going to the playoffs, baby.
Ooh, we did it. Way to go.
So happy.
Me too.
I cannot tell you because you're like, I'm tired of hearing about that.
Dude, no, because I want you to be celebratory, Kaley, not sad, mad, Kaley.
You're right. I probably would have been a little unbearable if we would have.
A little unbearable. It's like an oxymoron.
Just a little bit unbearable.
A skosh of unbearable.
If we didn't make it, and if we really, what I was worried about was us getting swept and then it coming down to like the last 2 or 3 games because we've done that before.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I can't.
On edge.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life.
Yeah.
Especially with all the things going on. But we have clinched the playoffs. We're going. We've won our 4th straight division title. So that is like, that doesn't happen.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So
even I know that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Love my Stros. Last thing I'll say on it is Breggy's up for free agency after this year. And if we do not pay the man,
he's gone.
I'm going to lose my shit.
I can't imagine him not being an Astro.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you.
That's just wrong.
No, I won't be okay. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
I won't be okay.
Yeah.
Like all my jerseys are Bregman jerseys.
Right.
He bought me a shot. I've met him.
Yep.
He's an Astro.
He is.
And I just pray that.
It'd be like Michael Jordan trying to play baseball.
Right. Okay.
That's the only thing I could think to compare it to.
It's just wrong. And like, what I'm worried about is his agent is known to be greedy. Like, he represents a lot of ball players. Right. He's known to be greedy.
It's like, you don't have enough money already, dude.
Right. I'm like, what's another $5 million?
You got the money
on your $25 million salary. Like, right. I don't know what he makes, but you know what I mean? Yeah. It's something like that.
It's got to be something like that. Let me look it up.
Yeah. My thing is, I don't want him to be greedy. And also, Breggy, if you want to keep winning,
right,
stay on the Stros. Like, we are hot. We've been hot since 2017. Like, don't you want to keep winning? Don't you want to play for this ball club that loves you, the fans that love you, and continue to win? Like, if you go like Correa and Springer and then you're on teams that don't even make the playoffs,
what's the point?
What's the point?
He makes a base salary of $28.5.
What did I say? 25? God.
And a total salary of $30.5. He is the 3rd highest paid third baseman.
Yeah, well, that tracks.
Yep.
He's up there.
Yep.
For as far as third basemen go.
Yeah.
So yeah, they gave him a standing ovation. Standing ovation. I don't know if that's what you want to call it, but Joe Espada, the head coach, pulled him out on defense so that the home crowd, my dad was at the game.
Nice.
The home crowd could all stand up and cheer for him walking off the field.
Standing ovation.
Because it could be the last time. I could cry right here. It could be the last time that Breggy plays at home in an Astros uniform. And so the whole crowd stood up and cheered for him.
Oh, that's lovely.
And I just got chills again. So anyway, Breggy, I love you. Please stay on the Stros.
Please
I'll
stay.
be so upset. But they've tried to ask him about it on interviews, and he's like, I'm just focused on the playoffs.
Of course,
let's freaking win this thing. I'm like, okay, keep that attitude.
Yeah.
And then win this thing. And then I'm like, if we win, I feel like he'll have even more motivation to want to
Totally.
stay. So go Stros.
Go Stros.
Okay. You ready to get into this thing? All right, let's go to the and then.
Okay, my and then. It's kind of related to last week when I talked about chimp crazy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Because it made me think, because Alan Cumming was working with PETA so much, it's just like PETA
had a time.
They had
I feel like you don't really hear about it anymore.
Not as much. Yeah, like they're still out there doing their thing. Yeah,
totally.
They're doing their thing, respect, but they were the moment back in the 90s. And the C world of it all.
Oh, I could talk about this for...
Yeah, I never watched the movie because I heard things.
Yeah, so we went to SeaWorld growing up.
We did too. I haven't
almost
been
every summer
since that movie.
No,
what was it called again?
Blackfish documentary came out. I watched it probably 2 or 3 times because I find it so interesting.
Yeah.
And
I watched Free Willy a bunch. Is that
I love Free Willy.
Free Willy's
That's
so
such
good.
A great and then. Oh my God, I used to be obsessed with Free Willy.
I think we all were.
No, obsessed with Free Willy.
I have this video of my choir singing, which now it's like, it's R. Kelly.
Oh.
But singing that song.
Yeah, that's tough. I know he's jumping over and he like just puts
so iconic.
Belly. No, Free Willy.
Yeah.
I was obsessed. Me and sis watched that.
I watched somebody doing like a a draft or a bracket the other day of like fictional characters that they would like to be friends with.
In Free Willy.
And someone was like, what about Willy from Free Willy? And they're like, the boy or the whale? And they're like, the whale. And they're like, yeah, that'd be dope.
We should do something like that. Yeah, we should.
They were saying all kinds of, like Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh, I don't watch. I was like, who's Pickle Rick? I don't watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah, random.
That's hilarious. Anyway, the documentary though is wild and like talks about the terrible conditions that they've been in and how they've killed the trainers multiple times. And like they talk about this one lady, Dawn, like in full detail, and there's a lot of footage and it's just insanity.
Yeah.
And I have not been back since either, and I will never go back.
No. I even have a hard time with zoos.
Sad. Yeah.
Like I've been to a zoo maybe twice.
I agree.
I feel fine if it's actually an animal sanctuary and like a rehabilitation center, but I went to the zoo in San Diego less than 10 years ago, and I just remember feeling so sad, even though it's so cool to be up close. Like this lion was pacing right up next to the fence, like gruffing and kind of like roaring. Like it was almost like a mating thing. It was real freaky, but it was like this far away. So that was cool, but I felt bad for it.
I know that zoos are so, I mean, I feel like everyone has this fascination with like wild animals like that. But then if you think about it too long, then you just start getting sad.
I listened to this episode of Radiolab. It's such a good podcast where they were talking about, I want to say it was in the 70s or something, when they tried the first kind of enclosure for primates. I think it was gorillas specifically. That wasn't just a concrete cage.
Yeah.
And they actually, like the zookeeper at this, a zoo that was pretty like a San Diego type of a zoo.
Right.
They left and this guy stepped in that really didn't know what you were quote unquote supposed to do. And he was like, why don't we, I think he was the landscaper. He was like, let's bring some landscape in. So they redid the whole gorilla habitat, and they just talk about watching through the glass, the gorilla. Ugh. Like the big gorilla, like the big daddy one, walk out, and they just didn't know how they were going to react.
Yeah.
And it's open air, which they've never like looked up, and like they've been in a cage up until this point. And the gorilla like reaches it. It's like sitting on the edge by the waterfall, like stuff that we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
But it didn't used to be like that. And he reaches his hand down in the dirt, and they're all just watching, like holding their breath. And he picks up a chunk of concrete. And they're like, oh, shit. And they're like, we had told people, like, make sure everything is cleared out.
Right.
And they're thinking, this girl is going to throw this at the glass right now.
Totally.
Like, we're so screwed.
Yeah.
And he just drops it down and then just laid back in the grass. And all the other gorillas started coming out. And they all just were, like, hanging out together. And they were so much happier. Isn't that beautiful?
It is beautiful.
Another thing that's beautiful is Alan Cumming. Well, just in general.
Just in general.
He said this word on Chimp Crazy that I forgot to mention. He said "coothie," and the documentary people were like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It's a Scottish term when someone is drawn to you and just wants to sit and nestle into you, and you both just, mentally and emotionally are like cuddling.
Okay.
When you're just feeling coothie.
Okay.
Isn't that cute?
What did it have to do with the chimps?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But I wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe it was like, you feel that way toward the chimps. I don't know.
Okay.
So, coothie.
Coothie. Okay.
It's a new word.
Yeah.
More you know.
Yep. That's a good, it's a good and then, because it definitely had a time. And yeah, it's just sad.
It is. And the fact that it's still, and I'm sure that they've improved their conditions significantly.
I feel like your guidelines have got to be like,
for sure,
more intense.
And I'm sure they feel like they're doing the best that they can, but we're still keeping these animals in captivity. Like,
I will say I went to you were talking about how you feel better when you go to like a sanctuary. Yeah. I went to this dolphin sanctuary when I went to Florida with my family long ago. And they were so cute, but they didn't have them like so small caged up. Like their sanctuary was like on the water and it extended out into like the open ocean really far.
That's good.
And so like they would come in and they would go out and then like, they're like, one popped up. Like, because they would let them go out really far. This was a wild thing because the dolphins could do math.
What?
They would put up in these big blocks like a math, like 8 + 5. And then the dolphin would jump up and touch 1, 3.
What?
No, I'm not kidding. And I was in awe. I stood there and I was like,
they are so smart.
No, they kept putting up numbers and the dolphin would say the answer. And that's when I got to swim with them as well, which was one of the coolest experiences of my life.
Swim with dolphins in Mexico. And now I'm wondering what conditions those poor dolphins were in.
This was a sanctuary. So
I was on my honeymoon, so we were just like, swim with dolphins. Yeah.
This was a sanctuary. So
that's kind of messed up now that I think about it. I'm going to pretend like it was a sanctuary.
But pretend it was.
Okay.
When I did it, I like held on to the mom dolphin, and we didn't realize this at the time, but the baby, we knew it was close because always close to the mom. But when my pictures got developed of me holding on to the fin and it like swimming me around, you can see in the picture the baby dolphin right under me.
Aww.
It just followed its mom.
Aww.
So the whole time I'm holding on to the dolphin fin and she's swimming me around, the baby is just under us, following us. And so it came out in all the pictures. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
It was a very cool experience.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Save the animals.
That's right. Go PETA.
Okay. Okay, mine then is very quick, but I saw something on my social media and I was like, oh my God. Crossover episodes as a child.
Like of shows?
So like That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana.
Uh-huh.
And it was 3 parts. And it was like an hour for each show was like the main show, but it was all 3 of them together. Mm-hmm. And I just remember them like plugging it on Disney Channel. Like, crossover episode, 3 parts, 3 hours of all your favorite shows all together.
Yeah.
And like having them all interact. And I remember it just being such a big deal.
Right.
Because now I feel like they do them on, like I watch Law and Order SVU.
Right.
They do them with Law and Order. Oh God, what is the new one called with Stabler? I can't even remember. But they'll do like a crossover episode. Mm-hmm. But I just remember as a kid, like on Disney Channel, them making it out to be this huge thing. Yeah. All your favorite stars were going to be together and like acknowledging each other in the same different universe, you know?
I've definitely seen some shows that Sawyer's watched. Like they did an iCarly Victorious one.
There you go.
I feel like in my day, and I keep meaning to talk about these shows, but I feel like I'm just saving it. It's like the Step by Step, the Family Matters, Boy Meets World, like that era. They definitely would have like some little moments. It would be more like a guest star situation. I don't know if they ever did like the full on like immersing themselves like for the whole episode with all the characters.
Yeah.
But they definitely had some moments of like a couple of them on the other show or whatever. And it was always like
such a big deal.
Worlds colliding.
Right. All the universes like, coming together.
Blows your mind when you're a kid. You're just like, how are they with them? Exactly. This is so weird. Because I feel like when you're a kid, you don't like, my necklace is messed up. You don't really think about them like all existing in the same time and place.
It's completely separate in your brain.
Yeah. Like not just time and place like they're in California, they're in New York, but it's like they're on different planes of existence.
No, literally, these cannot exist.
Which sounds so silly, but it
Hannah
does.
Montana was over here.
Yeah.
And The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody was over here. Yeah. And never once would I ever think that they would interact.
And then the two shall twine.
And then they put them together. And I was like, Hannah Montana's in the Tipton Hotel?
Because then you're like, does that mean that Zach and Cody, like, they know who Hannah Montana is because she's so famous? Like, that's what that would have to mean.
Right, because it's not like they ever mentioned them until the crossover.
And then you're like, the
crossover, they're like, Hannah Montana's coming to the Tipton. And I'm like, you know who Hannah Montana is?
How do you know Hannah Montana?
You know what I mean? You just, as a kid, it was mind-blowing.
Totally.
Mind-blowing. So I was like, I'm going to bring this up because I remember it being such a huge deal.
Yeah, for sure.
They had the one on Nickelodeon. The other one that like sticks in my brain is Jimmy and Timmy from Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents. They did like a 3-part crossover.
That's cute.
But they made, because they're animated shows, but like Jimmy Neutron was like the kind of clay-ish look.
Oh yeah, the styles were very different.
Yeah, and then obviously Fairly Odd Parents was very cartoony.
Yeah.
And so when they merged them, they made the characters in each other's universes.
Cool.
So it would be like, you'd be in the Fairly Odd Parents universe and you had a cartoon little Jimmy Neutron, and then you would go the other way and you had like a clay simulated Timmy Turner. And I remember that being such a big deal because it was like, oh, they made them in each other's styles.
It's like Easter eggs on Disney Pixar stuff.
Yes.
So fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was like, those are the 2 that stick in my brain. I was like, I'm going to bring that up.
Love it.
Okay. You ready to go to the now? Okay. First update. Crazy. Because we just watched Love is Blind UK.
Yeah.
But Love is Blind US is back next week.
Wild.
It kind of does feel like
we just had one. Yeah. I mean, I'll take it.
I'm not mad.
Yeah.
So it's back next week, and they released the cast photos and their taglines.
Have they done that before? That feels new.
I don't think they have.
I don't think they have.
I think they, like, cast had gotten spoiled, but, like, never full-on taglines for every single one.
No, not for this show.
No.
Yeah.
So we're going to read them because how fun.
Mm-hmm.
Ramses? Okay, Ramses, he is looking for a partner that practices empathy.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't have much empathy for his hairdo, but
it's an interesting choice.
Yes.
Okay, next is Taylor. She's a clean energy policy consultant.
Oh.
The key to my heart is loving me for my mind. Loving me for my mind. Okay. Don't look at my body. Look at my brain. Okay.
I thought that was the next one. It's like that
was me translating her tagline. Exactly. Okay. Steven, 34. He's an electrician. My type is a woman who wants you but doesn't need you.
What does that mean?
That's weird.
Okay,
Steven. He looks like an electrician. Just like a big burly man.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Jenny. She's an account training coordinator. Behind a tougher exterior is a very soft and sensitive center.
Okay.
So she probably acts like a tough bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tim, my best qualities are my empathy and tenderness. Why is everyone about the empathy these days?
Empathy.
Mm-hmm. Allie, she is a master esthetician.
Okay.
I'm very sensitive. I am a water sign through and through.
Oh,
I'm also a water sign. Very sensitive Pisces.
I don't know if this is a show for you, Allie.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, let's be real. If I was on Love is Blind, my ass be crying.
Yeah.
Every other, y'all would, America would probably be like, God, get this girl off my screen. Right, exactly. Same vibe. Bowden.
Okay.
I think is his name.
Cutie.
Tech sales, of course.
Mm-hmm.
My friends would describe me as fun, outgoing, and a little impulsive.
Nobody asked you.
Well, I'm sure they did.
It's just interesting that that's like.
Well, I'm sure producers asked him, and then
my friends would describe me as.
I feel like they ask you 3 to 5 questions, and they take your most interesting one, or they think the one that fits and puts it there.
Right. It's just no one else has said it like that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Alexandra, she's a producer.
Oh.
I can get along with literally everyone.
So silly.
What if they're like, so how do you get along with other people? I can get along with literally everyone. All right, we're putting that down.
Done. No more further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. David, I can calmly communicate through anything.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nina, she's a journalist. The key to my heart is remembering the little things.
Okay, that's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was going to say is remembering my name.
Very low standards.
Super important.
Okay, this is Nick D.
Okay.
Apparently, we're going to have more than one Nick here.
Nicky D.
He's a real estate agent. My best quality is quiet confidence.
Oh, hello.
Yes. Look,
I believe it.
Little cutie.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan, she's a sales team lead. I know my worth and I don't settle for the bare minimum.
Get it, Morgan.
Uh-huh. Perry, who's a realtor. I'm most proud of being able to dunk a basketball. Thinking he's tall.
Or not. That's why he's proud.
He looks tall.
That's why he's proud.
No, but he looks really tall.
He's got a tall head.
He looks really tall. Or maybe it's the angle of his.
He's most proud.
It's like, okay, great. Again, I think they asked him, what are you most proud of? And that's what he says.
Bless him.
Okay, Ashley W. I'm still single because I enjoy my alone time.
Okay.
I mean, don't we all?
And you're alone in the pods, so.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's that was one of them. There's more. Okay, here's the other part. That was part 1. Okay. Part 2, Katie. I give the wrong guys too many chances.
Oh, Katie.
Katie, darling.
She looks sweet.
Yeah, she does. Leo, he's an art dealer. All the dates I go on feel superficial.
That's a you problem.
I mean, also, I kind of agree, though. Like, I just feel like it's really hard to date nowadays.
Yeah.
Because it's all about...
And he's an art dealer, so he's probably in a little bit more of a bougie world.
Yes.
Yeah. Bless him.
Bless him. Monica, she's a sales executive. My best quality is that I'm ride or die.
Cute.
Tell him, Monica.
I like that dress.
Mm-hmm. Garrett, he's a quantum physicist.
Stop.
The key to my heart is authenticity.
Okay, Garrett.
He just looks like a smiley man.
He's like,
he's cheesing.
Uh-huh.
Ashley A., she's a marketing director. I haven't found someone that protects my heart the way they protect theirs.
Wow.
So I'm thinking she's, dated some selfish people.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, who's a loan officer. My best quality is my stable lifestyle.
Okay.
Riveting.
Snore.
Yeah.
Yawn.
Riveting, Jason. Okay. Marissa, who's a lawyer. I'm very much to the point. I would never lie to you.
Okay. I believe her.
Raymond, I'm still single because I'm always moving around the world.
Oh. He's going to find like the one chick who's like super stable.
Yeah, and they're going to butt heads over that. Brittany, an esthetician. I need a level of excitement and spice in my life.
Oh.
Okay, Brittany.
Okay. She needs some Garrett in her life.
Yes. Wait.
She needs some move around the world guy.
Oh. That was Raymond.
Wow.
Okay. Nick P. Real estate. I like to laugh and have fun instead of being serious all the time.
He's probably just a short king.
See, you can tell in these photos.
And he makes up for it by being funny.
Exactly. It all tracks.
Nikki P.
Okay. Tara, I'm not sure. I haven't found someone who fits in my life and helps me grow.
Okay. She looks tall. Speaking of helps me grow.
Now all we're looking at is height.
Sorry.
We're doing the opposite of Love is Blind,
Once
Robin.
you see it, you can't unsee it.
Okay. Tamar.
Sure.
I'm not sure how you say it. Video editor. I'm understanding of even the most outrageous things.
Oh.
Okay. Something I'm noticing. Well, I'll wait till we finish, then I'll talk about it.
Okay.
Dylan, who's a realtor.
Oh, this is our fourth realtor.
Yeah. The key to my heart is understanding and embracing my weirdness.
Female Dylan.
I feel like she's going to be a character.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah, she's in medical device sales. My type is attractive, driven, tall, and intelligent. Isn't that everyone's type?
Yeah.
Attractive, driven, tall, and intelligent.
And
who doesn't
two
want
out
those?
of the 4 are about looks, and she's going on Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, Hannah.
Yep.
Okay, Tyler, sorry, in sales. I'm still single because I'm looking in the wrong places.
Ooh, you're going to look at a wall.
Yep. You ain't going to be looking at shit. Okay. Okay, so one thing that I want to point out, that's it, is that I like this. The youngest person on that list is 27.
That's good.
The youngest, and most of them are in their 30s.
That's
like
good.
80% of them are in their 30s.
Yeah, unlike The Bachelor, where they're all like 22.
Yeah, so I feel like it's going to be a lot.
And Love Island.
It's going to be a lot. Exactly, it's going to be a lot less fake social media trying to get famous.
Yeah,
For
sure.
And there wasn't any like social media influencers on there. Like everyone seemed like they had a.
It's like the Mexico one, I want to say, or the Brazil, maybe the second season of the Brazil one. It was all about second chances. So it was all people who like had either been married before or in like a really long relationship or whatever it was. So they were a little bit more mature, both in age and in just the way they handled themselves was really refreshing because they even like, I think only, spoiler alert, I think only one of them ended up getting married and staying together. And they just handled it so maturely. Like, we decided not to, like, but we're still friends, you know? It wasn't a lot of drama, but it was still very good to watch that. It wasn't boring.
That's cool.
Yeah. So those are fun. Yeah. Definitely not as cheesy as like the Bachelor bios. So
no. Yeah. I like the one-liners.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to like put a one-liner next to your name though.
Yeah, that'd be really hard.
And also it sounds like they don't really get to pick. It's like the producers are like, yep, we're taking that one.
Definitely.
Terrifying. Okay, so Love is Blind. We'll be recapping that once it starts.
Very exciting.
Faux show.
I'm very excited now.
Okay, what else we got?
Next thing is, this is kind of unusual, but for the new Elle Woods being younger and in high school TV show, they're doing open casting.
Yes, I saw Reese Witherspoon post that.
That's crazy.
She's like, can't wait to see all the young Elle Woods come out. And I'm thinking in my head,
fun.
Oh my God.
It's almost like kind of related to what we were saying, that they might just want a fresh face.
I like that.
So we're not looking at Sabrina Carpenter as Elle Woods.
I think it is so cool that they're making it an open casting call.
Should we go?
Like,
just kidding.
I mean, I can go a little bit blonder, and
I could play high school.
No, I couldn't play high school. Here's the issue.
Can you imagine?
Neither of us look. You know how they usually.
We're the cool aunt.
Yes.
Just saying.
I could definitely be the cool aunt.
Or the two crazy aunts.
Or like the cool older sister. I feel like I'd nail that role since I am the cool older sister.
Yes.
I was going to say something. I was going to say, you know, on shows they usually have like, you know, 20-something-year-olds or 30-year-olds play high schoolers. I just don't think you or I could pass.
No.
We're not one of those.
No.
I've always looked like I feel like a little older than I am.
Yeah.
Like people have baby faces. I just don't have that.
I don't. And I'm 38. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, sorry, Robin. You've passed that point. I'm 30 and I've passed the point. You've definitely passed the point.
I was watching
playing a high schooler.
Oh, for sure. I was watching the show that was like everything 90s, and they had one about like the how it used to be all wholesome family shows, and then like the 90210s kind of came around, and Party of Five and My So-Called Life, and how they ranged in age. That was hard for me to say. They ranged in age from like 20 all the way up to like 28, playing high schoolers, but baby faces.
Yeah. Well, I think of like Outer Banks because I just watched the trailer because season 4 starts in like a week. And they all are late 20s playing. I don't know if they're playing high schoolers now or they're technically like just out of high school,
like
but
college age.
Yeah, but they're still playing well above their actual age.
Tale as old as time, but we've passed that time.
Yes.
Pretty cool though.
It's very cool. I can't wait to see what new star comes out of it.
For sure.
I'm sure she's going to be a little cutie pie and be great. I mean, if Reese signs off on her, you know, she's got to be good. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
This is, you know, how have I brought up Joe Jonas pretty much every episode lately? So he announced that he's releasing another single from his album that comes out. But the caveat is you get the single, but the album date's pushed back a little bit.
Interesting. I wonder why. Creative choices haven't been made, so he's like, let's at least drop him a little breadcrumb.
He said he wants to make some changes to the album is why. Based on how he's been feeling and like his life. He said he wants to make a few last minute changes to the album.
Maybe remove some scathing things about
That's kind of what Sophie. I was thinking. So the song that he's going to release is What This Could Be. And I want you to pull it up on TikTok if you search Joe Jonas sound. Because it's
only like 12 seconds.
Yeah. And everyone's doing it like POV, you open my camera roll. And then they have this as the sound and it's like all these fun videos from their life. He's like going in and reposting people's, like normies are posting it. It'll have like, you know, 50 likes on it, Robin, but it'll say Joe Jonas reposted. Like anytime he sees one, he reposts it because it just makes him so happy that everyone's sharing their life to this song.
What's it called again?
What This Could Be. But if you type in like Joe Jonas and sounds.
And
go to sounds.
Got it.
I'm obsessed with the little bit I've heard, so I can't wait for the full song to come out. Oh.
With his tight little Mickey Mouse ringer shirt on.
My mind again with you.
All right, I'm going to be jamming this.
I know. Isn't it just like makes you feel like so?
This is the one I watched. How are these people just sitting around not like freaking out?
Yep, October 4th.
Love it.
And I cannot wait. I'm going to be just listening to it over and over again.
Happy spooky season.
I just cannot tell you enough that I think this album is going to change my life.
Oh, yep. I'm getting that feeling.
I can't wait. Okay. Last thing we have.
Yes.
Robin watched.
Oh, it's so good.
Told you.
It's so good.
Told you.
The Golden Bachelorette.
Did it not just, I just started tearing up thinking about it.
When Gary, not that Gary. Golden.
Oh, yeah.
When he is talking to the camera about the photograph that she has printed and framed after the prom.
No, I might cry. I'm going to
cry.
And
he's like, I said I wasn't going to cry. I was like, oh.
No, I cried probably 5 times during the prom date.
Yeah, the prom date was magical. They all had so much fun.
It just like, I hate that like old people like feel like
Charles L.
No, protect Charles at all costs.
Protect Charles
Whatever
L.
you do, protect him.
Oh my God, that sweet, sweet, sweet man. He said, I just didn't really date because, you know, of the sorrow.
I know. And he goes, hi, honey, it's your dad. And I'm like, stop. He's like, I just wanted to tell you that I went to the prom. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm in the best health, so I volunteered for the top bunk.
Yeah.
Like, Charles.
And then he gets up there and he's, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh my gosh.
It just like breaks my heart because I feel like old people think that they can't like
It is
have a
sad.
good time and have all these good I can't.
And
Robin.
it's going to continue breaking your heart because I forgot how freaking sad the show is when they have to go home.
I know. I couldn't do it.
It's so sad.
I personally could not send these old men home.
No. It's too sad. Even Jack.
Oh my God, he's such a character.
And he sang the song again. I did it my way. Oh,
I can't get enough. I couldn't get enough of him. He was entertaining as all get out.
I'm feeling Mark.
What did I tell you?
The chemistry.
When he was like, I'm going to kiss, can I kiss you in German? I'm like,
you better.
I saw this tweet. Whoever did this cracked me up because it said Kelsey A. and it had like a picture of someone just like obsessed, like longingly looking. Kelsey A. watching her fiance on Dancing with the Stars every week.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then it goes, then the next night having to watch her dad make out with Joan. And it was like this face.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh because it's so true. It's like
right.
back-to-back nights of, woo, my fiance's killing it. And
then
I gotta watch my dad make out.
And she might be okay with it though, since I think her mom passed away 6 years ago.
6 years
ago. Maybe she did come and bring him there. But yeah, seeing your dad kiss someone is a little much.
And it's not just kiss, they're macking.
Yeah. That was the one kiss. And it's not just because they're old, because I do this with a lot of shows like this where it's like the kind of like awkward forced affection. I'm hitting the forward 10 seconds button.
Oh, really? You just can't watch
it. Just makes me cringe. It's so awkward. Like first kisses in general, like
totally.
They don't know. Are we going this way? Are we going
also
the tongue? Like you don't know.
Everyone kisses differently.
Yes.
Like you don't know what someone's style is.
I cannot stand watching someone's first kiss on a reality show, like all zoomed in.
No, you're right.
But I didn't fast forward on Mark.
I could watch Mark.
Okay. That was
we're gonna stop right there.
Chalk, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Chalk is awk.
I'm not a huge chalk person.
No, I thought Dan was a cutie though.
Oh, with his little trimmer.
The ribbon dancing.
No, literally, I'm gonna tear up again. I can't just like the
so
sweetest souls. Do you not feel like these people have the sweetest souls?
Mm-hmm.
The captain's a little much for me.
The captain's a bit much. I did hear, and I didn't dig into it, but I did hear there's a new something that came out about, and we've always known this, and there's some other like reality TV show parody that's about this. I think it's called Unreal, but there's been more and more reports coming out like from the Love is Blind contestants about their conditions, and the guy, one of the guys, I don't want to misspeak and say the wrong person's name, but I'll look it up and I'll say it the next time we record. He recently had a restraining order against him.
How is that not found in background checks when you're casting?
Exactly. And then they read off, I heard this morning, they read off some of the other names, and it was like a Bachelor contestant, Devin. And he said it never went anywhere. Devin?
Yeah, that's right.
It never went anywhere. Like it was never, like they put in for it, but it was never filed, and then it was dismissed. But someone did go and like apply for a restraining order against Devin like 2 months before he went on The Bachelorette.
I don't understand how they're not.
They don't do it. They don't do background checks.
How is that not rule number one?
Yeah, I think they want a little bit of crazy people.
Hear me.
Yeah,
I love reality TV. Of course, we want a little drama, but that's scary though. That's different. That's a different thing. Mm-hmm. That's not drama. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it was like for stalking.
Heck to the no.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't like that.
Was it? Which guy?
I don't like that because
I'll tell you afterwards.
I think there's just so many gems on this season of the Golden Bachelorette. And it looks like Gary comes back next week to talk to her.
Yeah. And he's like, what if your guy isn't here?
Which I'm like, why are you saying that?
Yeah. And she's like crying, saying that she doesn't know. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Gil. Yep. He faced a restraining order just days before filming. It's that guy.
Oh.
Just days before filming. And that's not the only one. Like of this show it is, but yeah.
Wild.
Crazy. Oh, they do a background check apparently, and it was a It was a temporary restraining order filed against him by a former girlfriend just before filming.
Okay. Well. Okay.
Yep. Oh, and there's Devin. Yep. Pretty messed up. I would feel very upset. Like
they need to do further screening.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And there's some other former producer of, I think, The Bachelor or Bachelorette, that they were like, came out in the news like saying that they had to quit being that in that role or in that job as a whole and like change careers because of how terrible they felt. Like they couldn't sleep at night because of all the stuff that they like put them through just for the drama, just for TV. Isn't that messed up?
God.
Yeah, I hope it gets better, especially since more people have been speaking out, like particularly Love is Blind.
Oh, well, yeah.
It has to.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, it has to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise who would agree to that?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. But I'm very excited for the season. I'm locked in.
Yeah. It's so good. I know we've been talking about how sad it is and how it makes you cry. It's a good. Yeah, it's like it fills up your soul with like warm tea with honey in it.
Yeah.
A little squeeze of lemon.
Nailed it.
Yep.
And on that, y'all, we're going to go to fantasy football. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I went 1-1 again, but this time the other way around.
Okay.
So I won in Friends League, lost in Dad's League. So I am
nice.
2. Yeah, it is. I was like, well, at least it's evening out. So I'm 2-1 in both leagues, which is, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really feeling, and I talked about this last time, my running backs being gone. In my Dad's League this week, I felt it really bad because my running back 1 and 2 are both out, Pacheco and McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this thing on TikTok, and I'm praying to God it is not true that McCaffrey's out for the season. But then I couldn't find anything to like back it up. I did some research, and I was like, okay, maybe it was just someone messing with me on TikTok. So I am praying that doesn't happen because I had number 1 overall pick. And if that is the case, I want to sue someone. Okay. Anyway, I'm feeling the running back pain because my backup running backs that I had to play, they sucked in Dad's League. So I got my tush whooped.
Yep.
But I won in Friends League, so we're good there. Joshy Poo is back in full force. Couldn't ask for anything more from him. Love him.
Great.
I picked up Bucky Irving.
That's a cute name.
I call him Uncle Bucky.
Call him that personally when we have our phone calls.
Yes. I call him, I got to have a nickname.
Yeah.
Also, that's from Kicking and Screaming, which we talked about.
Yes.
Uncle Bucky. Josh.
Oh, no. It's contagious.
Josh Hutcherson's character. His name is Bucky, and he tells his little nephew, you can call me Uncle Bucky.
Got it.
And it's funny.
Got it.
Anyway, so I picked up Bucky Irving in both leagues. Who's another running back that might pop off.
Gotcha.
So that waiver went through and I'm happy
Good
about that. So we'll see. We'll see about this week. I play my dad this week.
Nice.
So I would like to win that one.
Yes, you would.
Okay. That's me.
Okay. This is who I played against. Can you read that score out loud?
120.2.
Mm-hmm. That would be Sam, or as we like to call her, hi, Sam.
Okay.
Now I'd like to reveal to you my score. Please.
That would be 48.2. Yes, folks, you've heard that right. 48.2 to 120.2. What the hell happened, Robin?
So bad. Not a lot.
Yeah, clearly.
My bench, a lot happened on my bench.
No.
Odunze, Goddard.
God, Rome. I told you I liked Rome.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say to play him, but I just like him.
Yeah.
Oh, this is ugly.
Yep. Mike Evans injury. What do you get? 1.7?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Robin, this is just
so
brutal.
Bad. Yeah.
Brutal.
Kenneth Walker III with an oblique injury, I believe.
Dude, the injuries I feel like are worse this year than they have been.
Yep.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he's still questionable. That's going to be a game time decision for your girl.
Yeah.
Whether or not I'm going to put him in this week. I it's fine.
It's fine. I'm fine.
It's fine. It'd be nice to win this week just to like give me some little inkling of hope.
Did you make any moves?
Yeah, I made some, but I put Akers in. I swapped out Goddard for Laporta. Laporta's questionable. I picked up P. Ryan, but I don't think I'm going to play him, but I might have to. I'll be playing him if
I had picked him up, but
if Walker still stays.
I didn't play him, but I had him on my bench. He didn't do a lot. Clearly,
it's not looking great. My proj is 88. There's just no moves to be had. It's like I'm not willing to drop some people that could pop off,
right?
And are like,
did you drop your third tight end?
I did.
Thank God. Okay,
a week before last.
Great.
And I dropped one of my running backs to get P. Ryan. So I've made a couple moves, but right now I'm going to have some patience.
I like that.
Yeah.
I need to adopt some of that because I just get real frustrated.
Yeah. I think like these guys, especially there's a couple of rookies that they just haven't had their time to shine yet.
And they holding out for that.
Yeah, they could.
Okay.
So it's early.
It's early, people.
So see you next week. Who am I playing? Selena. Sorry. I'm playing Selena next week. She's new.
Nice.
Yeah. So way to go. Hi, Sam.
Okay, well let's try to all Let's try to all wins this week. Put it out there. Put it out there.
All the good vibes, pretty please. Thank you very much. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay. Well, we aren't going to do Rex.
Nope.
Because frankly,
we just don't have the passion around it right now.
We don't have anything that we passionately want to recommend. But reminder, we will be off next week.
Yes. So miss us.
Yeah, miss us, people.
Comment on our YouTube that you miss us, please.
We would love that.
And give us a review. And we really appreciate it when you do that. It really means a lot.
Yep. You can find us on all the things, people.
And we will see you in 2 weeks.
Bye, y'all. Bye.